Hello everybody, welcome back to Resin Nut. Today I'm really excited about this light. This is called UV Light Advanced by Let's Resin, and it has a double-sided light. I don't know if you've seen this before, but they just sent it to me and I'm really excited. It has the lights that come up from the bottom as well as from the top, so you're actually curing your resin from underneath and the top at the same time. So I'm really excited about that. So let's take it out of the box here, see what it's like. Okay, great. It comes with a product description with the step-by-step guide, really easy to understand and follow. And see here, comes in a couple of different languages. So that's great. Okay, so now it comes with a plate that you slide in kind of in the middle. That's what I understand. A protective film that you peel off on both sides. And then here they are. So here's one, and here's the other. And it actually looks like they're the same. So you could actually use just two separate pieces if you needed to. If you're using maybe a bezel that has a backing on it, and so you don't really need to cure it from underneath. Yeah, you could use it two separate ways. Otherwise, let's take this peeling off of here. And I understand, I think that this holds together with magnets, that this is a magnetic. Oh gosh, it really, look at that. Just goes together super easy. So there's nothing that you have to fasten together or screw in or anything. You can just pull it apart super easy and then it stays nice and tight. Here are the USB ports. Here, really easy to get to, and the push button. So it appears that you can choose between 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and 5 minutes, depending on what you're making. And it comes with the USB adapter power cord. Okay, so gosh, this is going to be so much fun. Now, along with this, I was sent some of their colored UV resin and some of their regular resin. So the project we're going to make today is going to be using all of their products, and I'm super excited about it. Let me just get this all cleaned off here and get my supplies together, and I'll be right back. I am back, and I'm actually trying out a couple of different things today, so I'm kind of excited about this. But I do want to tell you that when I got this put together, I was getting my supplies together, and when I turned it on, I noticed that I just got either the top would turn on, or if I had to move the USB down to the bottom, and then the bottom would turn on. So, and it didn't tell me this in the instructions, but I saw an email where they did let me know that, you see this here? These little rollers, they roll in. You can close these little, where the power source basically is right there. So, yeah, if you're going to use these one at a time, like two separate units, you're going to want these rollers closed with the metal, those little metal prongs facing inside, okay? But if you're going to be using it with the top and bottom, then you want these facing out. Now, one has a flat end and one has kind of more of a prong end here, and they can only go one way, okay? One end here has flat, one end here has prong. So you're going to do the opposite. You're going to do it on the opposite ones, and it won't let you do it the other way. It's like any other kind of magnet. It will force it away from itself, okay, if that makes sense. So there is that. Now I'm going to go ahead and peel off my film. Guess I should have left my gloves off to do that. Please tear off the protective film before using. So, all right, guys, it's on there pretty good. So I'm gonna take my gloves off real quick, and I'll be right back with the film off of these, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, it's done. I had to actually have Grace do it, my daughter. My fingernails wouldn't do it, and it took her quite a long time. That little film that was on both sides was really on there. There was no little tab to pull it off. So yeah, I had to promise her a Starbucks tomorrow after she broke 2 fingernails. But anyway, this is wonderful to have this. I'm excited about having this little tray. It fits right here. You see this little shelf right here. There's one up here and there's one down here, and you can just slide it in. And it says in the directions to put this in like this, and then to add your work. But I'm thinking I'm going to just go ahead and lay my little mold on this. Have a baby wipe handy, so if I make a spill, I can clean it up really quick. That ready? Now, before we get started, I just want to show you really quickly. I know it seems like it's kind of taken us a little bit, so I'm sorry about that to get going. But I want to show you something else that I bought, because I noticed, now I haven't used the Let's Resin UV resin a whole lot. Actually, I've only just tried out a little bit of their colors. One of the other products that I'm going to be trying today is something that I bought on Amazon, and it is this Kato Fume extractor. And it's just a little guy. It's about this big. See this? It's actually on right now. I think my mic is probably filtering out that extra noise. It's not very loud. Just about the sound of a fan, maybe on low. But it's made for cigarette smoke and fumes and things. Well, I don't smoke, but I'm kind of hoping that it helps with some of the extra fumes from doing the resin. I'm in a different part of my house, and I do have good ventilation in here, but I thought, gosh, that little fan, I think it was around $39 maybe, but I thought if that really helps with some of these extra fumes, it couldn't hurt. I have an air purifier and fans and windows open and all kinds of stuff already anyways, but okay, let's get going with this. So I have a couple of different things for us to try. Okay, the first thing that we're going to try are these little kind of teardrop balloon shaped pendant molds, okay? So I thought this would be just a good, kind of a simple thing to try out. And the resin we're going to be using, this is the UV resin that's all colored. There's 12 different colors, has all of these colors included. So what I'm going to do for these is I thought we would try this purple. And let's see, I've got some, maybe some of the blue and the white together. We have a lake. This is called Lake Green. I thought I would try this one. Let's use just this clear bottle. I'm going to use the clear in part of it and let it cure. Some of these colors over here away from my light. And let's see, this is just clear. I'm going to do just the bulb, the deepest part of this with the clear. Now, one thing for you guys that are new, I haven't been using UV resin for all that long. If any of you saw my video that I tried out the Temu, some of the Temu products several months ago, you can watch that and obviously can tell that I have not used UV resin much, but I've been using it a lot more lately, so I'm getting a lot more familiar with it. So I'm just kind of looking in here with my little tool to make sure I don't have any big bubbles in there. Because this cures so quickly once you put it under the lights, if you've got bubbles in there, they're going to stay. Okay, it looks like they're out pretty much. This time we're going to turn the light on. You have a choice of 2, 3, or 5 minutes. And so we'll start it at the 2. I may stop it before it gets all the way done. So it's in here in the center, top and bottom. And I'm going to push the 2 minutes. And as you can tell, it's really lighting up well. Okay, I'm going to stop it about there. It's doing a really great job. I can see that it's pretty well and pretty quickly cured in there. I see I have one bubble in here that I didn't see that is kind of locked in there now. I'm going to take a little bit of this. I had a vendor with an order I made send me these little P.S. I love you glitter. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of these in, one of them. So I'm going to just kind of mix these around in there. Okay. Now I kind of want to have these all done at the same time, so I'm going to do them separately. Now I'm going to be using this light green, maybe together with a bit of this white. Just going to kind of put them in here together. Big bubbles. Swirl it just a bit. This, I'm going to be using some of this red crushed glass. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do this part. I do have a couple more bubbles right there, so I'm going to grab something really quickly. I don't have a torch, but I'm just going to use this little lighter with a little bendy thing, just for this something this small. There we go. Took care of that really quickly. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and place this in here. Push it back through into the middle, and we're going to do another 2 minutes. Maybe not quite that long. So we got those out of there, and it is nice and cured, all of it, nice and hard. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to play around with some more of these colors. I'm going to be using black and the blue and the purple. So I'm going to take the black, and I'm not sure how this is going to look. Whoops, I don't want to take off the whole lid. And I'm going to be putting it in here with this one. Hopefully it's not a mistake. I just kind of want to see if that'll help make that red kind of pop out a bit more. Okay, and then I thought I would try the purple here behind these red hearts. This is a really pretty translucent purple. Big bubble. Okay. Wow, this is really pretty. So these colored UV resins are actually really pretty. Now we did the light green, and now I'm going to cover it in blue. Not sure it's going to be enough to tell a difference. Oh, it might be here. It's kind of pretty. We've got the white swirled with that green. So that could potentially be really pretty. Okay, I'm going to add just a little bit more black. I see I'm a little more full on the other two than I am on this one, so add just a little bit more. Use my lighter quickly. I do need to get I don't usually use a torch because I usually use alcohol to spray my bubbles. So I've never bothered with getting a torch, but for something like this, just really quick, it'd be easy. Okay, so now I'm going to put it back in here. We'll go in for the 2 minutes. The things we could do that I thought would be really fun is to use this little mold. And this is a mold that would hold like a little goldfish or something in it. Well, I've got molds to make my own little fish, and I have done that several times, but I did buy some not too long ago on Amazon or Temu, I forget which one. But I thought it'd be just kind of quick and easy to maybe put some in this and see how that cures. Now, one of the things that I did also get on Temu recently was this little black light, UV light, okay? So, and you can set it really easily for 45 seconds or 1 minute. Mine's set at 45 seconds here. Then it automatically shuts off. But what I use this for is just to do like a quick cure if I want to hold something in place quickly, you know, put it under there for 10 or 20 seconds or whatever, just to hold it, cure it enough to where it's not going to move around. And then I go ahead and cure it completely underneath the lamp. So I am kind of excited to try that out and see how it works with these little fish. Take this out. And wow, it looks good. Nice and cured. Wow, that actually works really well. I'm actually really liking that. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and just use regular resin to top this off. Kind of dome the back of it a little bit. You could use regular resin as well in these molds if you wanted to, but gosh, if you're trying to do something quick, you can't beat this UV resin. I will say I have been using some UV resin that I bought from Temu. Oh gosh, you know, the same stuff I used in the video where it didn't go too well with my little astronaut. But I will say that I do definitely like this Let's Resin UV resin better than that resin. And I'm only saying that because I can tell the difference in the quality definitely. When it cures, they were both translucent. That wasn't really an issue with the other, but I can just tell the overall quality to me. This one has a kind of more of a glass-like finish to it to me. Okay, so I'm going to stick this back in here for one last time. Set it at the 2 minutes. And while that's doing that, if I can do this, I don't know if that's probably pretty distracting to you guys with that bright light, but I'm going to go in and fill this up just to the top of my little plastic bag, okay? So I'm just going to fill it up to where it's kind of bunched right here with just regular UV resin. I'm going to go ahead and do just a quick cure on this part that I've got going so far. Just like maybe just a few seconds. Okay, so that was enough just to hold that there. And before I take that out, I'm going to go up here to the top of my little bag. So now I'm going to place my fish where I want them to be. Okay, and now I'm going to try to quick cure those fish in there really quickly so that they stay where I've got them. Okay, now I haven't put this in here under the light at all yet. And I don't know if this is one thing that I'm still learning, is I don't know if I'm gonna have lines from where I've placed them, and then when I add more resin. Okay, that seems to be pretty good right there. I'm gonna go ahead and put this under the light, our little fish bag, for 2 minutes. And while that's curing, let's take these out. You know, I don't notice a whole lot of odor with the UV resin anyway, with the Let's Resin UV resin. I did notice a little bit of odor, at least on the Temu brand that I was using. That one, the Temu brand, did kind of give me a bit of a headache, I have to say. I don't smell an odor with this UV resin from Let's Resin. I think that's going to be good for this for now. I'm going to add some more to it. Yeah. Okay, so let's take these out. We'll start with this little blue one. This has the blue. Well, we did the lake green, and then we added the blue to the back. Oh gosh, that's actually really pretty. I'm not sure that you can see the colors real well. There, can you see? That's really pretty. It's really subtle. The white in there is really subtle, but the green and then with the blue, it turned out really pretty. What do you guys think? Can you see that close up? Is the white background helping to see a little bit of the colors coming through? I think that turned out really pretty. Yeah, that's really pretty. Okay, so there's that one. Here is the little glitter. I love you, glitter. And then we added just a bit of the purple background. Oh gosh, that's pretty. That's pretty for Valentine's Day. Oops, can you see it? There's my hand in the way. What do you think about that one? Pretty, really is sparkly. Yeah, that actually turned out really pretty, but do you see how nice and clear that resin is? Really pretty. It's really glass-like. I'm really loving this. I've been having so much fun playing around with this. And yeah, actually that is really pretty. Okay, now let's try this one. This was the one with the red crushed glass. I'm not sure how this is going to look. I was thinking after I did it, if I was going to do black background, it would have probably been maybe a little prettier with gold crushed glass instead of red, but let's look. Oh gosh, well that's kind of pretty too. It's different. What do you think of this one? It's definitely different, but look, that black actually turned out really nicely. It did a great job. Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm actually happy with all of these. They're just fun, kind of unique colors, and that's because I'm trying these all out and I wanted to kind of blend some of the colors, have different backgrounds, and yeah, that turned out really great. So happy with those. I could picture maybe wearing, I'm thinking that maybe I will wear this one on my next cruise because it's really watery looking. And, you know, those for Valentine's Day are just super fun. So, okay, now let's finish this off, this little fish. I'm excited to get this out of here. I hope I haven't ruined it by trying to do it in layers. Seems like it's going pretty well. So now I'm just going to top it off with a bit of that sand. I'm going to put a little layer, just a thin layer here. It kind of covers. And then I'm going to take what I've got, my little tiny bit of just craft sand that came from one of the local craft stores. It's enough to do something like this and there. Whoops, it's going everywhere. Thought if I used my spoon that I was being smart, that it wouldn't go all over.
want it nice and flat to stand up nice and straight. Okay, that is not all the way cured, but it's enough to where it's not going to be floating out of there. I'm gonna clean this off. I don't want to scratch my thing. So, okay, back under here, it's going to go for 2 minutes. Okay, so that is off. Gosh, you guys, this feels completely all the way cured everywhere. So let's go ahead and take it out of there, hoping that it's all the way cured. And I'm going to let it cool just a second. I can feel that it's a little bit warm. That was a lot of times of going in there. I have to grab a little bit of this. A little bit of my sand is poking through. Now, I read where people said this is the hardest part to get out, is this part. So I'm trying to decide if I need to get some alcohol. You know what? I don't think I do at all. That really wasn't that hard at all. Just kind of had to stretch it out over there, but oh my gosh. Look at this. What do you think? Isn't that so cute? Look how clear this is. That definitely looks like a little bag with water. So my fish, I feel like could have been just a little bit further back into the middle of the bag. They're a little bit close, and I don't know what I was thinking when I stuck them there. I guess I just wasn't thinking that they'd look that close. You can turn it over and it looks like they're towards the back of the bag. But this is actually super cute. What do you guys think about this? Really cute for a little, I was thinking about just making it a little keychain. I mean, it's cute from either side, really. It has a little, you can see the little band here that's going around the edge. Let me see if I'm in focus. Okay. Yeah, do you see this little band here? Well, so you could take a pen, any color of pen that you'd want, and color in your little tie. This was really fun. I had a lot of fun trying out these new colors, and I gotta tell you, I love this. I've got my other one that I bought that I've been using for a long time that are for nails, but just having to turn things over, and I'm always trying to decide how much time. Well, that 2-minute timer, I mean, that did great. And look, maybe it's the difference between using the Let's Resin UV resin and the stuff from Temu. I don't have any lines. I don't have any cure lines. You can't tell that I did this in layers. And when I used the other resin, you could see every single cure layer. So this is a definite win for me. I really had fun with this. I hope you guys had fun. Thank you for joining me. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any ideas for me to try with all this UV resin. And let me know if you have any questions. I will see you all next time.